All right, we're back. Got another beer to review tonight. New to me. I think this one's been around a couple years, if I'm not mistaken. This is kind of the first time I've been able to get my hands on it. So this is from the good folks in Dartmouth, NS, here in Nova Scotia. 9 Locks, which is generally a pretty excellent. We've got Lee Hardy saying, "Another beer. You're another beer." This one is Sober Monk, Belgian-style Single. So look at that. It's got some faux medieval motif going on there. As far as the design and all that shit, pretty nifty. She says sometimes, no, all the time. You're another beer all the time because you're always refreshing. So let's see. They said the same thing: water, malt, hops, yeast. I assume they're using Belgian yeast of some sort here. Wheat and barley. So they're basically saying, yeah, Belgian single. So we're expecting this to be a blonde beer. It'll be kind of spicy and fruity and generally dry and well carbonated. And that's kind of, it's the base Belgian ale, essentially. And it should have like a Belgian yeast character. It should be spicy and fruity, some nice fruity esters coming up. So if they do it correctly, 5% alcohol by volume. And she says you're dry. I was going to say something, but I probably shouldn't say it on the air. So I had to come back to that. But 30 IBUs. And let's get this sucker open. Where's my... Okay. Don't have fingernails, so sometimes I need a little help with these tabs. All right. So pour the sucker. There we go. Fits my Duvel glass. So that's kind of fitting. Hashtag proper glassware. Yeah. Little Belgian guy on there, little Friar Tuck looking motherfucker. So let's look at that. Yeah, that's definitely a nice blonde, typical blonde color, getting on the amber side of things, but that's well within the range. Bit of a nice head going on there. Your proper glassware. I'd say you are too. You're kind of shaped like this. Just saying. It's a nice shape. Yeah. Okay, let's go to the aroma here. Okay, yeah, they have Belgian yeast in this. And that got her. Yeah, there we go. So it's got a bit of a fruity, like slight bubblegum here. You definitely get the wheat out of this too. You're getting that sort of musty wheat character. It's grainy, wheat, slight fruitiness, spiciness. It's not meant to be super complex. I mean, these can get fairly complex depending on what you do with them, but generally it's the simple standard Belgian ale. And it's got some of the classic components here, so it smells the part. It's been a while since I've smelled something in this sort of range, so it takes me back a little bit. Cheers, we'll go to taste. Oh yeah, that's good. I like it. So that Belgian yeast character carries over into the actual flavor. It's very well subdued, though. You just get little bit of hint of the sort of estery sweetness from the yeast. So again, you get a little underlying kind of like bubblegum sweetness. So it's not you'll tend to get these from Belgian beers. It's also not unlike the sort of thing you'll get from Belgian wheat beers, and even German wheat beers will tend to have a kind of a note like that at times. It's fairly, upper light bodied, approaching medium, very drinkable. The rest of it is there's kind of a little bit of a sweet grain character, but it's mostly a very dry, grainy character. Finishes nice and dry, not in a super amount of bitterness, just a little bit of bitterness and a kind of a spiciness to it. Very mild, and generally that's within Belgian single style. You're not going too way out and going crazy with like doubles and triples and quads and stuff like that. It's very very good. Did she just put is that a fox or a cat? I guess that's a cat. Must be a cat. This is good. I like it. It's very simple, refreshing. So this is, the step above a lot of the sort of Belgian stuff I've been having over the years, or Belgian inspired stuff I've been having over the years, because there was sort of a trend to go for. Is it an actual fox? She says it's a fox. Okay. I could have gone either way. It's so small, I can't really tell. But okay, I'll take your word for it. I mean, you're a fox. Yes, I am. So like Belgian stuff, Belgian inspired stuff that's been popping up in craft brewing last few years has mostly been patter beers, table beers, stuff like that. So stuff that's even like below this, that are generally a little less grainy, a little bit sweeter, and usually lighter in alcohol. And there's a cat. There we go. So it's nice to finally, get something like this that is, got a little bit more substance to it. It's a little bit stronger. And now she's just putting a bunch of stuff there. There's like, 3 cats there, maybe? What's the thing at the end? Is that a cat's ass? Or is that an old man? Or I don't even know. You're trying to distract me from my review. What was I saying? It worked. What are dogs? Oh, they're dogs? See, I can't fucking tell. They're way too small. All dogs. Okay. Yeah, it's just nice to have something a couple notches up from a patter beer or anything like that. All dogs, but they came out different. Yeah. Okay. So I like this. Style wise, I think this is pretty spot on. It's refreshing. It's simple. It's got a couple little components to it that fit within the style. I say an 8. Pretty solid, above average, good stuff. My own personal preference, I'm going to throw an 8 at it as well. I'm going to buy this again. I like it quite a bit. And it's only 5%, so you're having a Belgian-inspired thing that's not necessarily, again, it's not light like a table beer, patter beer, whatever the fuck, but it's, it's not crazy either. It's not getting into like Belgian pale ales and stuff like that are 6% and above, and then you get super crazy of like quads and things like that. And yeah, no, this is something you can have a bunch of and enjoy, and there's nothing cloying or anything that's going to like get on top of you a couple drinks in where you don't like it anymore. It's really, really good. And Lee says you can be slightly buzzed versus wasted after a few. Yes, exactly. That's exactly it. Just very enjoyable, easy drinking beers. And, you could have like 4 of these and be perfectly content. So there we go. Double 8s on this one. 8 for style, 8 for my own personal preference. It's from 9 Locks. They're Sober Monk. And yeah, 9 Locks hits it out of the park again with a really good beer. They make good beer. What can I tell you? They do a good job. There might have been 1 or 2 of theirs I haven't liked, but for the most part, it's always good. So I'm going to take off. I will be back in about, 15 minutes maybe. I still got another 2 beers to review, so I'll be back with another one here in about 15 minutes. Thanks for watching, whoever watches this. Thanks for watching Lee and distracting me with all the dogs and cats and foxes emoticons and just your lovely picture as well on your icon, which is always nice to see. And yeah, I'm going to take off. Bye-bye. She says, see you in a bit. All right.